Hey everyone, it's Merja here from the Merja Sumiloff project, and today we are talking to one of our INFx Unveiled graduates, Janna Suarez. Welcome, Janna.
Hi, thank you.
Thanks for being with us today. I'm very, very grateful for your time. So, Janna, do you mind telling us a little bit about yourself, where you live, who you are, what you've been up to? You're an INFP, right? So tell us a little bit about who you are as an INFP and who you are as a Janna and how you where you're at and what you do. Tell us everything.
Yes, I am an INFP. I have been for 33 years.
Nice.
I currently live in the United States in Denver, Colorado. I've moved around quite a bit, but that's where I am right now. I love dogs. I am currently a freelance translator.
Lovely.
And let's see, I've been married for 13 years, and I'm just happy to be here.
Lovely. Thanks so much. Again, I appreciate your time. Do you mind telling us a little bit about what attracted you to the INFx Unveiled course, Janna? Like, what was the original thing that kind of made you go, this course looks good. I'm going to give it a go.
Yeah. So I found out about it through Personality Hacker, and I was so intrigued about a program that was specifically targeted to my type.
Yep.
I was so accustomed to programs that were geared more towards the go-getters or what have you. And I was really also amazed to hear your personal story. I think it was on a blog on Personality Hacker's site, or they also did a couple of videos or podcasts about INFx Unveiled Program. But when I heard your story and kind of what you lived through and how you overcame your struggles and then went on to do such meaningful work, that just really struck a chord with me.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. It's great to hear that there's that kind of resonance, I guess, because I feel resonance is really important for, when you're choosing what kind of work you're doing anyway, resonance is important. So thank you. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been nothing but wonderful to work with you. And when you first started the course, did you have any concerns or confusions or about what might happen, or were you nervous, or were you looking forward to the experience? What was your kind of starting feeling?
I don't think I wasn't nervous or anything like that. I was more so excited and pretty hopeful about it. Just really curious to find out what it was all about. Not really having expectation exactly, but just anxious to get started and hoping that I could get all that I could out of it.
And what was it that you were hoping to achieve from the course?
I was hoping to find a way to have a greater sense of direction and meaning in my life. I had been feeling stuck for so long, sort of this state of paralysis or something. Not physical, but you know what I mean?
Sure.
And I so badly wanted to get unstuck. And I was also hoping to find some healthy ways of coping with insecurities and these feelings that I'm alone in my own weirdness in the world.
Yeah, I'm sure if any INFPs are listening, and INFJs as well, that you can really relate to that. We do feel different, don't we?
Just a bit.
And did you, looking back at that experience, did you find those things? Did you feel that you got a sense of, let me just work a little bit on these insecurities, and have you felt that it helped you?
Yes. There's just been a greater sense of acceptance for myself and appreciation around what are the gifts that our types have to bring to the world that aren't the, traditional, maybe more measurable aspects in like an ESTJ world or something like that.
Yeah. And what were the biggest challenges that you faced when you were doing the course, when you were doing the coursework? What were the big ones for you?
There were 3.
Okay.
Boundaries,
Yeah.
boundaries, and boundaries.
So I'm getting a sense that you may have in the past struggled with boundaries a little bit. Is that what?
Yes. Yeah, that was just huge for me and such a huge challenge that I'm obviously still working through. I haven't mastered them, but who knew that they could be so amazing? And I guess I'll also say that another challenge was to actually do the exercises.
Yeah.
I wanted the world to just kind of stop so that I could immerse myself in the program and learn everything in isolation so I could go back to life in a perfect state. That's just not. Yeah.
That is so common. That is so, so many people are laughing and nodding their heads right now.
Yeah. But that's just not realistic. And ultimately, real life gives me the opportunities to practice what I've learned in theory.
Yes. Perfect. Perfectly said. I know you people, you INFPs have perfect way with words of them, but my God, that was so precise and concise. That was exactly right. Exactly right. So you're a couple of months kind of down the road from the program. When did you do it? Maybe 4 or 5 months ago, that type of time frame?
Yeah, it's been about 5 months ago.
Yeah. How are you, like, if you take a step back so if you take a picture of where you are right now, and then you step back from that picture, and then you take a picture of where you were when you started the program, what's different with those two pictures?
There's been, I feel a lot of growth in many areas. Some of the goals I had were to, get into having like more meaningful work or something like that. And I don't have obviously everything super ambitious that I want to have, but I have taken steps towards the right direction that otherwise I wouldn't have. And I've also been able to experience some synchronicity as a result of stepping out in these certain areas.
Yeah.
I also applied for at least one job that I'm convinced I never would have applied for before the program because I was told there were 60 applicants. I didn't get the job, but that's okay because I knew not to put all my hopes in something so far out of my control.
Yes.
And the Janna before the program would have felt just like a huge letdown and maybe down and depressed for some time. But now I was able to look at it more objectively and just see that I don't have to put so much stock in every, single little thing.
Yeah. Wow. That's massive. That must be such a relief in life to kind of, because what tends to breed anxiety in life is having the hopefulness and then having the, being worried that your hopefulness will be crushed, so to speak. Am I right in saying that has your levels of anxiety in life in general lowered since doing the program?
Yes, definitely so. Yeah.
That's amazing. And that actually seems to happen every time. The anxiety is such a big part. You kind of tend to feel like you're more in control, or at least you have a better handle of, like you're holding the reins of your life, and you can make decisions. And I love that, you were saying that you had these ambitious thoughts about what you'd like to have to come out of the course. And even though they weren't met, you now realize that it doesn't mean that nothing happened, that you're still actually taking steps towards something that is going to actually be a bigger thing for you. And even if that's not going to be, then so what? Then you just, it's like you're allowing your life to unfold rather than try and force it to be in a certain way. Can you relate to that?
Yes. And yeah, definitely so. And especially just no longer being in that state of paralysis that I was in.
Yeah, that's massive to come out of that emotional paralysis. It's so debilitating when you're in it.
It really is. Yeah.
Yeah. Any other kind of big, massive things, or any, surprising things or unexpected things that came out for you? Like even no matter how small it is, sometimes people say, oh, my dog stopped pooping indoors when I did this course. It could be pretty much anything.
Oh, that's hilarious.
True story.
Wow. Well, I do finally feel like I can embrace who I am a little bit more. And just like for so long, I struggled with trying to force myself into jobs that weren't a good fit for me, telling myself I just need to get over it and just do it.
Yeah.
But now I'm just learning to have a newfound appreciation for the gifts that maybe I do have, and that they're not less than what other different people have to offer.
Yes. Yeah.
Another kind of big thing for me was gaining like this greater sense of power around making decisions.
Nice. That's very nice. For an INFP, decision making can be so difficult.
Yeah. I mean, I'm certainly, not perfect at it, far from it, but it's just a change in perspective. Whereas in the past, I would make a decision based on what I thought other people expected of me. Now I'm learning to just like listen for what are my needs, or even what do I want, because even acknowledging what is it that I want had been such a struggle.
Yeah. So you feel like you have a better handle on what your needs are, and then you're able to kind of ask those needs to be met a little bit better?
Yes.
Nice. There's so much power in that. I remember when I did that myself, when I realized, oh, hang on a second, I have needs. And then I went like, oh, what are those needs? And then I went like, oh, how am I going to ask them for those needs to be met? That's massive. That's so wonderful to hear that you've kind of gone there and cracked that. What's your biggest like golden nugget moment that you'd like to share with the INFx Unveiled audience, or the people who are listening, about the course? Like what was the one big thing that you that really changed things for you?
Well, it's hard to target like one biggest thing. Like overall, I'll say that I do feel like I've been able to learn greater resilience, which is, feels really huge.
Yeah.
And again, just that whole learning to focus in on and identify my needs. And I feel like that can sound self-centered, but so many of us INFs, we spend our lives trying to accommodate everyone that's around us.
Yeah.
And then we don't even know what we like, or where do I need to ask for help. But there's just like, newsflash, those who truly love and care for us are happy to get to offer us help.
That is so true. Oh my God. That's so right. Yeah. Good point. Very good point. I think you'll be teaching the next course. Newsflash. Awesome. So if you think that any of our listeners might be kind of sitting on the fence about starting the INFx Unveiled course, what would you say to those people, like from your own experience, from having done the work, for having implemented the exercises, gone out there, done it, come out from the other end feeling more, I guess, at ease, less anxiety, more able to ask for your needs to be met, more clarity, more resilience? What would you say to any of our listeners that might be sitting on the fence about starting the INFx Unveiled course? Well,
for one, I think that both Personality Hacker, and I think you offer the program directly through your website as well.
Yes.
Is that correct?
That's right.
I understand that both offer a money-back guarantee after however many days.
It's 30 days money-back guarantee, and we actually have the same price. Yeah.
Okay. So I think that anyone who's like on the fence can't really go wrong with giving it a shot. You're not gonna, haven't come across anyone who has regretted, buying it. Far from it. I've come into contact with several who they're just so grateful for all the information. And also a lot of the beauty of the course is that I got to learn things that I wasn't even necessarily seeking to learn.
Right.
And through that, I felt an overall just greater feeling of fulfillment in life. So, and I think that's true for everyone that I've come in contact with also. And I think the program is great also no matter what stage you're at. If anyone's like, oh, I need to be at such and such a point in my life or whatever might be going through their minds, you get to decide how far you want to take it and how deep you want to go into it. And you can always just go through it, listen to it, and then revisit it at any time after when you do feel prepared to go into dig in a little bit deeper into certain issues or, whatever may come up.
So you feel like it's appropriate for any stage of your development because you can always go back to it, the exercises and that type of thing? Is that, I just want to clarify.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely so.
Awesome. And I do want to say just about the money back guarantee and how we operate and a bit of statistics about how the program has actually been sold. We don't do the hard sale, as you, Janna, know, and anybody else who's done the work or purchased from us. We don't do the hard sale because we are actually about serving people. And the same is, Personality Hacker is such a pleasure to work with them in conjunction. And we've sold over 400 of these programs in the last 6 months, in the first 6 months of actually launching the program officially. And we've had 6 people ask for their money back out of 400 plus. And a couple of those people actually got it for somebody else as a present, and that often doesn't work. And for some people, it's just not the right fit. And so it is really important to have that 30-day money back guarantee so that people have the choice. If it's not the right fit for you, then please don't feel that we're not going to look after you. We will, because what's more important to us than getting your money is to make sure that you're actually getting to do the work that you need to do and get those results in your life that you want to get. So I'm glad that's been your experience and that you pointed it out, that there is absolutely a money back guarantee that's not going to be questioned in any way. So so thank you for that. Any final words? That sounds really ominous. Any final words from you, Janna, to our audience? Anything you'd like to say to us, maybe as the facilitators, or any feedback? Because we're always open for feedback.
Yeah, no, I'm just so grateful that I just came across this program, and I'm thankful for the work that you all do. And just for anyone else considering the program, I just think that as INFs, we can feel so isolated from others in the world. And I think that's the beauty, that this program is so focused on what our strengths are and how we can overcome the challenges that we face. So just thank you for the work that you do.
Oh, thank you. Thanks very much, Janna. And on that note, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you popping in and having this chat. Well, you didn't really pop in. I'm in Australia, you're in the US. So, but I do genuinely and truly appreciate your time. And I love seeing what the program has done for you. Thank you so very much for doing your work. And to all of our listeners, if you feel that you enjoyed what you heard, feel free to share. Feel free to forward this interview on to anybody who might be considering the program, to see if it helps them make a decision that's right for them, whether to buy or not to buy. But Janna, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Merja.
Thanks. And we'll hear from you soon. Have a great day, everyone.